Welcome to the Gospel Road. We're going to look at Psalms 100 today. Again, I hope you are finding yourself in a good area. Just a crazy time. Of course, I say that all the time. But hopefully you are doing the best that you can and really enjoying the time with your family and maybe even catching up on a lot of things at home. I know a lot of people that have been doing a lot of spring cleaning that they probably should have started working on a long time ago, but they just have not. So kind of crazy. But hey, here we go. Psalm 100. Again, thank you for listening to the Gospel Road. Thank you for everyone taking the time out to listen. No, it's been a while, but I'm noticing that even though it's been a while, every time I just start doing these again, the listens just kind of pop right back up. It's like everybody's still there, and I appreciate that. Here we go. Psalm 100. It says, "Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give him thanks. Bless his name. For the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations." Steadfast love. Unconditional love, encouragement, helping others, being there to help the best that you can. These are all things to really think about when we're trying to be there every day. Steadfast love, unconditional love. That's something that it almost seems to be foreign to many people. Not to the way that it's described and what it actually means. So we'll get spiritual for a second here. I remember seeing this meme, and this was a little while ago, and it says, so you're getting ready to get married. You're getting ready to walk down the aisle. And this doesn't matter. It can be male. It can be female. It goes either side. And you are posed with a question. Before you walk down the aisle, you know that the person you're about to marry is going to lie, is going to cheat, is going to do things that will upset you in many ways. Is going to fail. Put in the fail, whatever that fail is, they're going to fail. You know this before walking down the aisle. Will you take that step? Thinking about that even when you're talking to a coworker. See, none of this is easy, is it? I keep telling you, life is not easy. It's not easy to deal with. It's not easy to deal with many of the situations that we are faced with. But think about that. Would you still walk down the aisle knowing that that will happen? Not if, but will. Like I said, I'm going to get spiritual for a minute because that is how it is with Jesus. We're at Easter time right now. So it's the death and resurrection that is being celebrated by the church. Just like Christmas, you've got the birth of Christ that's celebrated. So it's his death and his resurrection that, brings it in to us being able to see his grace, his mercy, to be saved, to come back into the fold because, we can get technical. The veil that was put in because of what happened with the sin with Adam and Eve, and the veil was now removed, and now we're able to have that direct conversation with God. Not going to get that spiritual, but it's just that thought. The steadfast love, that unconditional love to give somebody, and it hurts. So how many times are you having that conversation with your spouse and something happened between the two and it hurts? They always say forgive and forget. And forgive is very important. Forgetting, that's not easy. Again, going back to some conversations that I've shared before of how I've failed at work many times. And I still have a job, so I was forgiven, but it's not always forgotten what I did. Now, I've worked with very good managers that they never brought it up. Now, I would because I'm terrible at that. Again, I fail. So when you think about that, how do you deal with that situation? How do you move forward? Again, the memory can still be there. So you're sitting at work. Someone has messed up. Now, you still need to work with them. They're still going to be on your team. You probably are having a hard time trusting them, but you still need to move forward. And still try and trust that they're going to do their job and they're going to do it correctly. That's where a lot of that comes to. It's that inner peace that we need to deal with as we move forward to deal with others, to deal with a team. Because I am my own worst problem. I am. So how do I deal with me to be able to deal with others? I've had many conversations of how I'm not always the biggest people person. I can be happy with, we'll just say this whole time during the social distancing, yeah, I'm good. I have friends that are not, though. They need that face-to-face interaction. They need that touch. When you need that, when you have to have that, when you're dealing with people that are not doing their job, how do you make yourself work through that? Is it easy? Being in a supervisor or a manager, how do you deal with someone on your team that most of them are like, well, we get rid of them? Sometimes that's not always the answer. They're new. They're trying. Lots of things to think about. Lots of things to really figure out what you would do. And not only at work, but just thinking of it personally. You know, sharing the love of God. And I've said this many times. They know we are Christians by our love. By taking care of our neighbors, by taking care of family, friends, being there, helping them when they need it. How do you do that? And how do you do it in the best way possible? It's short. Psalms 100. Read that and see what it says. Being thankful. That's always the other thing, too. I mean, with everything that's going on and the stories that I'm hearing, I will be honest. Right now, I'm thankful that I still have a job. With the meetings that we're having, things look good for my future. But I don't know 100%. I'm not sure what will actually happen in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month from now, 2 months from now. Because of how everything is playing out. But we hope and pray for the best. But it's being thankful for those small things. Giving thanks, being thankful to our friends, being thankful to those that we work with that help us do things. Being thankful to God for loving us and His mercy. Caring enough to die on the cross. A little more spiritual on this one than I have been in a while. And it might just be because, well, again, I share what's on my heart. And when I read things, I just kind of go for it. And I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me when I do. But this is the time to really take that our life, what's happening around us, and doing a personal inventory, which I've discussed that before, of how we need to do that on a regular basis anyway. But now, with us being forced to slow down, not doing a lot of the things that we did, there's now more of an opportunity to take that inventory. Psalms 100. Read that for yourself. Have a great weekend. And until the next time, thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.